There's a certain power in silence, a quiet confidence that doesn't beg for attention, doesn't seek validation, and yet demands respect. In a world where everyone is in a rush to speak, to prove, to argue, there is something profoundly different about the one who listens, not out of weakness but out of wisdom, not because they have nothing to say but because they understand the weight of words. The loudest voice in the room is not always the strongest. More often than not, it is the quiet observer who holds the most influence, the one who watches, who learns, who understands before responding. That person becomes a force, a presence, someone people turn to, not because they make noise, but because when they do speak, every word carries meaning. There is an undeniable strength in silence. It is not the absence of voice, but the presence of power. In a world where people are desperate to be heard, those who master the art of restraint become the ones others truly listen to. Respect is never demanded, it is cultivated, and it begins the moment you realize that your worth is not measured by how much you speak, but by the weight your presence carries. Some of the most influential people in history did not command attention through noise, but through the quiet confidence of knowing exactly who they are. When you stop over-explaining yourself, when you stop reacting to every little thing, you shift from seeking respect to commanding it effortlessly. People watch the silent ones. They wonder what they are thinking, what they know, what they might say next. There is a certain mystery in not revealing everything. Silence creates space for curiosity. It makes people lean in, and when you finally do speak, your words carry the power of all the moments you chose not to. Silence is also the greatest test of strength. It takes wisdom to hold back when provoked, patience to listen when others rush to talk, and confidence to let your actions speak louder than your words. Many will try to push you into proving yourself. Don't. Many will challenge your quiet nature. Let them. Because the moment you react, you lose control. The moment you engage in unnecessary battles, you give away your power. But when you stay silent and composed, the world adjusts to your presence. There is something about a person who does not waste their energy on empty words. They radiate an authority that doesn't need validation. They walk into a room and people notice, not because they are loud, but because their silence speaks volumes. Their energy commands attention. Their actions build respect. It is not about being voiceless. It is about being selective. It is about knowing when to speak and when to let the world wonder. When you choose silence over chaos, over drama, over proving a point, you choose peace, wisdom, and above all, power. And soon you will see how the world responds. You will see how people respect the one who doesn't beg for it, but naturally commands it. Oh, conversation is a silent superpower. The ability to watch, to understand, to read between the lines. This is what separates those who lead from those who simply react. Most people speak before they think, act before they analyze, and rush to respond without truly understanding the situation. But those who master the art of observation hold a quiet kind of power. When you choose to stay silent, you give yourself the space to see what others miss. You start noticing the small details, the shifts in body language, the subtle hesitations in speech, the unspoken emotions behind someone's words. You begin to understand people not just by what they say, but by what they don't say. And that, right there, is where real wisdom begins. The world belongs to those who listen more than they speak. When you observe, you learn. You learn who is genuine and who is pretending. You learn when to trust and when to step back. You learn what drives people, what makes them tick, what their insecurities and ambitions are. And with that knowledge, you gain something far more valuable than temporary validation. You gain influence. Many think that being silent means being passive, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Silence, when used correctly, is an active choice. It is the choice to gather information before making a move. The choice to let others reveal themselves before you decide your stance. The choice to respond not with impulsiveness but with precision. When you become an observer, people begin to respect you in ways you never expected. They realize you are not easily manipulated, that you don't get drawn into unnecessary drama, that you are not easily swayed by the noise of the world. They start choosing their words carefully around you because they know you are paying attention. You are not just another voice in the crowd. You are the one truly seeing what is happening. And that in itself is power. So stay silent and watch. Let people talk while you listen. Let them act while you understand. Because the one who observes holds the advantage, and the one who holds the advantage commands the deepest respect. Strength has never been about volume. It has never been about who shouts the loudest, who argues the most, or who constantly demands to be heard. True strength is quiet, it is steady, it is the unshakable energy of someone who does not need to prove themselves to anyone. There is a misconception in this world that being loud means being powerful, but look around. Who are the ones that truly hold influence? It's not those who talk endlessly trying to dominate every conversation. It's the ones who choose their words carefully, who listen more than they speak, who don't waste their breath on meaningless battles. These are the people who command attention without ever asking for it. When you stay silent in moments where others expect you to react, you shift the power dynamic. You show that you are not easily provoked, not easily swayed, not easily controlled. People expect noise, they expect defensiveness, they expect an emotional response. But when you choose stillness instead, when you choose restraint, you make them rethink everything. Your silence forces them to listen harder, to pay attention, to respect the weight of your presence. There is a confidence that comes with not having to explain yourself all the time, with understanding that your worth is not up for debate. When you stop fighting for attention, you become the one people naturally gravitate towards. Because there is nothing more powerful than a person who is secure in their own skin, who doesn't chase validation, who doesn't need external noise to feel important. It is easy to speak just for the sake of being heard, but real power is in knowing when to stay silent and let your presence do the talking. Because in the end, the strongest people are not the ones who demand respect. They are the ones who, through their silence, their wisdom, and their unwavering composure, earn it effortlessly. Restraint is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate display of strength, the ability to hold back, to not react to every provocation, to remain calm when the world expects you to lose control. That is power. It is the mark of someone who knows their worth and does not need to prove it. There will always be people who try to pull you into unnecessary battles. They will test you with their words, challenge you with their opinions, and provoke you just to get a reaction. But when you choose silence over chaos, when you refuse to engage in pointless arguments, you show them something they did not expect. You are untouchable. You are not ruled by impulse or ego. You are not swayed by the noise of the world. You stand rooted in your confidence, and that alone unsettles those who seek to shake you. Many believe that speaking up at every moment makes them powerful, but the truth is real power lies in knowing when to be silent. When you don't react to negativity, you take away its power over you. When you don't waste time defending yourself against those who don't deserve an explanation, you preserve your energy for what truly matters. Restraint is not about suppressing yourself. It's about choosing where to invest your voice, your energy, and your emotions. People respect those who are in control of themselves. They admire those who do not let anger dictate their actions, who do not let criticism break their spirit, who do not seek approval from everyone around them. The moment you stop reacting to every little thing, you become someone people take seriously. Your silence becomes a statement. Your restraint becomes a lesson. The world will always test you, but your strength will always be measured by how well you handle those tests. Not with noise, not with aggression, but with an unshakable confidence that speaks louder than words ever could. Because in the end, the one who can master restraint is the one who commands the deepest respect. There is something powerful about a person who does not chase attention, the one who does not feel the need to constantly prove their worth or explain their every move, the one who walks into a room and owns it, not by demanding to be seen, but simply by being. The world has conditioned us to believe that to be noticed, we must be loud, that to be respected, we must constantly remind people of who we are. But the truth is, the more you try to seek validation, the less you receive it. The more you try to impress, the less impressive you become. Respect is never given to those who beg for it. It is given to those who show through their presence, their actions, and their silence that they do not need to ask for it. There is a quiet magnetism in those who do not overshare, the ones who move in silence, who do not broadcast their plans, who let their success speak for itself. people are drawn to them because they are a mystery, because they don't reveal everything, they create curiosity. And curiosity is far more powerful than attention. When you stop seeking approval, when you stop explaining yourself at every turn, something incredible happens. People start respecting you more, they start wondering about you, they start realizing that you are not like everyone else, that you are operating on a different level. And that is what sets you apart. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. Your presence is enough. Your silence is enough. Your confidence in who you are without the need for validation is enough. The less you chase respect, the more it comes to you naturally. Because the world always takes notice of the one who stands firm in their power without ever needing to announce it. There is something undeniably intriguing about the person who does not reveal everything, the one who listens more than they speak, who moves with quiet confidence, who does not let the world know their every thought or intention. They hold an air of mystery, and in that mystery lies power. People are naturally drawn to what they cannot easily figure out. When you stay silent, when you do not react impulsively, when you do not explain yourself unnecessarily, you become someone they watch closely. They wonder what you're thinking, what you know that they don't, what your next move will be. And that curiosity creates respect. It makes them cautious with their words around you. It makes them rethink how they interact with you. Most people make the mistake of revealing too much too soon. They lay all their cards on the table, exposing their emotions, their weaknesses, their plans, without realizing that not everyone deserves access to that information. But the one who is selective, the one who does not rush to speak, holds an advantage. Because when people don't know everything about you, they cannot predict you, they cannot manipulate you, they cannot control the way you think or react. Being unpredictable is not about playing games. It is about being intentional with what you share and when. It is about understanding that your silence makes people respect you more, not less. Because the moment you stop explaining yourself, the moment you stop reacting to every little thing, you shift the power. You become the one in control. There is nothing more powerful than a person who is self-assured enough to let others wonder. A person who doesn't feel the need to prove themselves with words, but lets their actions speak louder. The world respects the one they cannot easily read, the one who carries themselves with quiet strength, the one who remains composed while others scramble for attention, because mystery is not just intriguing, it is a sign of someone who truly understands their worth. Readers have always been louder than words. The world does not respect what you say you will do, it respects what you actually do. In a time where people are constantly talking, constantly proving, constantly seeking validation through words, the ones who let their actions speak for them are the ones who truly stand apart. Silence is not just about restraint, it is about focus. It is about channeling your energy into building, creating, and achieving, rather than wasting it on unnecessary explanations and justifications. Too often, people spend more time talking about their dreams than actually working on them. They announce every move before they make it, seeking approval before they even begin. But those who are truly powerful understand something different. When you move in silence, when you let your success be your voice, people have no choice but to respect you. There is nothing more impactful than proving people wrong, not with arguments, but with results. Not with words, but with transformation. The ones who rise in life are not the ones who argue about their potential, but the ones who quietly turn that potential into something undeniable. When you stop explaining, stop defending, and start doing, the world shifts. People start watching instead of questioning. They start respecting instead of doubting. Staying silent does not mean being passive. It means choosing where to put your energy. It means understanding that you don't need to convince anyone of your worth. Your actions will do that for you. When you become a person of action, a person who delivers instead of talks, a person who moves instead of seeks validation, you become someone people respect without you ever having to ask for it. So let them wonder, let them doubt, let them talk while you work. And one day when they see what you have built, what you have become, they will realize the power of your silence. Because respect is never given to those who demand it. It is given to those who prove through their actions that they never needed to ask for it in the first place. Silence is not emptiness. It is not a lack of confidence or the absence of thought. It is presence. It is power. It is a choice. The choice to rise above the noise, to observe instead of react, to build instead of boast. In a world that glorifies constant talking, those who master silence become the ones who are truly heard. There will always be moments where you are tempted to defend yourself, to prove a point, to seek validation from those who may never truly see your worth. But the greatest lesson in life is this: you do not need to explain yourself to be respected. You do not need to fight every battle to be powerful. You do not need to seek approval to know your own value. Respect is not something you demand. It is something you earn by the way you carry yourself, by the way you remain composed in the face of chaos, by the way you let your success speak instead of your words. People pay attention to the one who doesn't try too hard. They admire the one who doesn't engage in unnecessary arguments. They are drawn to the one who moves in silence, who operates with purpose, who doesn't waste time proving but instead focuses on becoming. The less you say, the more people listen. The less you explain, the more they wonder. The less you seek attention, the more you command it. Life will test you. People will provoke you. Situations will arise where you will feel the need to justify yourself. But remember this: strength is not in reacting, it is in restraining. And respect is not given to the one who shouts the loudest, but to the one who, through their silence, through their actions, through their unwavering presence, makes the world listen without ever having to raise their voice. Stay silent and watch. Watch how people start respecting you when they realize you are no longer desperate for their validation. Watch how your influence grows when you speak only when necessary. Watch how your presence becomes more powerful when you no longer feel the need to explain yourself. Because those who truly understand their worth never have to prove it, they just live it. You said